All right, guys. Welcome to another session of VRIT's the greatest, latest SAP FICO training. Today is 21st January 2020. For people who joined recently, Happy New Year. Welcome to the session. So we looked at a lot of chart of accounts training. Chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. What is a chart of accounts? Anybody? List of GL accounts, right? And it is assigned to the company code, right? Correct?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And how many types of chart of accounts are there? Harman?
I'm actually not sure, Jay.
Okay. Can somebody help?
There is three type of chart of account.
Great.
One, operating chart of account, country specific, group chart of account.
Your voice, whenever you talk, there's a lot of background noise. Are you what's operative and then?
Country specific.
Okay, country specific, right?
Yes.
Hey, this all in the video, guys. Harman, you have
No,
never heard about this at all, so you didn't watch the whole video?
No. When he said it, I remember.
You misunderstood. You didn't really know what I was asking, right?
I didn't remember them on top of my head, but when he said it, I remember coming
Okay.
across.
Yeah. Correct. See, that's why I ask questions randomly. It has to pop up in your mind, not to intimidate any of you. Okay. Country specific, and then what else? Third one.
Group
chart of accounts.
Okay. Okay. And I also explained what is the difference between these three. Great. So a chart of accounts, and you guys create account groups, right? And what's the purpose of account group? What's the purpose of account group? What's the purpose of account group?
It's give a range of accounts so we can put the expenses.
Correct. No expenses. It's just account groups is to create number ranges. Okay. To identify within what account groups I'm going to create. Okay. So let's say chart of accounts. Can somebody tell me what's your chart of accounts to me? Timmy, what's your chart of accounts? Maybe you're on mute. Timmy? Timmy, are you there?
I'm sorry. I was trying to get back to Zoom.
Alrighty. So what's your chart of accounts?
It's like a list of the general ledger accounts.
No, I'm asking you what is the name of your chart of accounts?
Oh, my chart of account is BWS.
What's it called? P?
It's a B. W.
Okay, can you spell it for me?
B as in boy.
Okay.
W S.
Okay, that's okay. So other receivables. So what are the possible account groups we can create? Fixed assets, right?
Yes.
Depreciation expenses. Loans. What else? Revenue, very important, right? All right, so this is what typically they will have account groups, and account groups controls number ranges. Okay, you're going to create number range from here. For example, 102,200 would be for this account group. Okay, now what will be the next one? Can somebody tell me? What should I put here?
300.
Okay.
300.
Okay.
Then 2400.
No, actually, this is not right. So this is what they do. This makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
Then we can have here
20.
200,
00.
right? And then followed by
29.
2999.
right. So similarly, I can create account groups. Okay. So these are my account groups. Now within the bank, I will have, let's say, 10, let's say 15 bank accounts. Okay. Each bank I'm going to create, each bank I'm setting up. Let's say the company has multiple accounts, right? In the bank accounts. So they deal with Chase, they deal with Bank of America, they deal with Wells Fargo, lots of banks, right? They do business with. So each of them has to be reflected in your book. So you create a GL account for them, right? So typically companies have 50, 60 bank accounts. That means 50, 60 GL accounts, 50, 60 clearing accounts, and so on. Okay. So yes. Saying something? Let's say this is Timmy's chart of accounts. I don't think this will work. Yeah, good. Make sense? So so now based on this, first of all, you will create a chart of account, GL chart of accounts. Okay. Here, when you join a company, you basically you work with the financial users, and then you create. They usually have existing chart of accounts. You're going to get this chart of accounts from them, right? When I say chart of account, list of GL accounts, you will get it from them. So in a way, let's see. So first we get the list of GL accounts. Okay, I'm going to quickly open. Actually, I should open my other, the biggest thing I shared with you, right? The actual list of GL accounts. It has all the list. So let's do this. A company have revenue 1, revenue 2, okay. Now expenses 1, expenses 2, okay. And then let's put fixed assets. So let's say when you this company, the company you're implementing, this is a list of GL accounts. Your accountant is telling you, hey, these are the list of GL accounts that we need to create. Okay, in SAP, we're implementing SAP. So first thing you do was you first group them. Okay, this may have different number ranges. They may have some kind of random number range, for example, right? It could be alphanumerical. I know in Oracle you can create alphanumerical. For example, revenue 1, 2, 3, something like this, right? Now in SAP, also you can create alphanumerical, but it's not recommended. So you have to do that. You have to do the number coding. So basically, you group them first. Okay, this is what we have done here. Group those GL accounts under revenue, and all the GL accounts will be under this series. So the accountant would know anything start with number 9 would be revenue, correct? So that is why the grouping is very important. Number 2, it also controls a field status group. Let us see. So I'm going to go here, SPRO. Now you are very familiar with this. Financial accounting, general ledger accounting, GL accounts, master data, preparations, define account groups. So for this chart of account, they are already created. Some of the groups are already created. For 1000, this is the group. So I would know anything starting with 1 would be cash and bank. Anything starting with 3 would be? Anything starting 3 would be?
Sales.
Correct.
Yes.
Anything starting A1 will be
Assets.
also cash and bank,
Yeah.
right? So here also asset. So it can be, it can be, what's the right word? Overlap. It can overlap. SAP lets you overlap. This is the purpose of your account group. Number two, it also controls this numbering, field status group. How, right? If you go here, we these are the field status group. I think I showed you when you create a GL account. Let's say go back here. Okay. Excuse me. When I create a GL account, does not exist. So what you will do, you will create. When you create, first thing what do you do here? What's your account group? 40330, right? So this is the GL account you're creating. Okay, why are you creating 400330? Shaz?
We are creating what expense to?
It's not an expense. We don't know yet.
No. What's that creditor?
But why?
What
My question is why 330? Why 40330? Why not 320? Why not 300? Why not 310?
Because according to put into a accounting group, that will be starting with 4.
Exactly. Well, why not 400? My question was why not 330, not 4? Why not 3310, 3320?
Because it's already created 3310.
Okay, so that is the next number available.
Yes.
That is the next number available, right? That is an answer.
Yeah.
So you create 330. Now, what account group I will choose here? Anybody? Which one I'll choose? Expenses? Fixed assets?
Administration cost.
Which one I will choose?
Administration cost. I'm not sure because 400.
How do you know? How can I find out? Harman?
Well, we'll have to go back to the previous screen and see where we allocated the 400 accounts to. So look at the
Yes.
range, and then that way we'll know.
Correct. So now help me understand this. So what is the account group? I'm here.
Yeah, so it'll be expenses because the 4,000, like the 400 number range is allocated to expenses. So it'll be an expense account.
Here it shows assets.
But that starts with 100. So we're looking for the 4.
Here it says income.
Yeah, okay.
Here
It's,
says
we have to look for the chart of account.
Chart of accounts. Yeah.
okay. What chart of accounts I should find?
MN18.
Okay. Why?
Because in the GL account creation, we have given MN18.
Is this one? This is the company code.
Okay.
So we need to find out what is the chart of accounts code, chart of accounts that is being assigned to this company code.
Exactly. Good. So here we got chart of accounts, but you're creating at the company code level. So we should know what chart of accounts is assigned to this company code MN18. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you find out?
Click on the box
Hmm?
next to the company code.
Box, clicking on the drop down box.
Well, here, this one shows you company code, all the company codes, right?
All the company codes.
So
Public.
right. So usually you would know, right? Generally you would know. Otherwise, you can go back and look at your global settings, correct?
Yes.
If you go back to global settings, you will find out, right?
Company code.
What's your chart of accounts? By the way, we can, or we could just ask Sindhuja.
It's same MN18.
So you guys are right. Oh no. No.
That's the company code.
Company code. What's a chart of accounts?
I gave the same code for the chart of accounts too.
Oh, I see. Mhm. No.
Oh, it didn't change. Okay, I copied that, so
Correct. So
copied the
333.
GL account. It's 3333.
That is right. So 333. Now I will go to 333 chart of accounts, right? So how many account groups are here for 333?
31.
I think we did this yesterday, I guess. Could be.
Yeah, it says entry 31 of 746. Oh, no.
Actually not. It's more than that.
Yeah.
33 RMCN from here, right? So it's actually more than that.
Yeah.
Right. You know why it's showing 30? Why it was showing, sorry, 31? It is a 31th entry from the top. See, there's a 31 entries are before this. Okay. Right. Now, so we got this 333. Now let's go back to the screen here. 400 330. What does the group I could choose?
For expenses.
Administration cost.
Could be. And then what else? Could be this expenses,
Yeah,
right?
expenses.
Okay.
Or
And then
manufacturing cost.
manufacturing cost. Yes, right. It could be this. Good.
Or
The
raw material
limit
consumption.
Raw
limit for
material consumption.
manufacturing
No,
cost.
not this one because this ends 999.
Personal cost. Oh no, not personal cost.
Yeah.
Even manufacturing cost does not apply. The
Because
limit
it's
is
330.
200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only two.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So let's go with the administration cost.
Administration cost.
So I'm going to choose administration cost here. System will take it. Now, very important thing is it a P&L statement account or balance sheet account? So far, you've been creating profit and loss statements, right? So you choose the P&L. So very important thing when you create a GL account master data, very important thing when you create a GL account master data is you have to choose whether it's a profit and loss statement or balance sheet, because this is like a male or female, okay? When a child is born, this is very important, okay? It could be a male or a female, or maybe I take it back. It could be either P&L statement or balance sheet account, okay? It's like two sides of the coin. Make sense? Anytime you define a GL account, it has to be either P&L statement or a balance sheet account. It cannot be blank. Correct?
Okay.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat the shots?
Yeah, while creating a GL account, we have to choose either profit and loss statement account or balance sheet account. Any one of them, we have to choose them.
To be either or, yes. Okay, very important thing. So far we've been creating P&L statement account. Now today we're going to create a balance sheet account. Okay. Now administration cost could be a balance sheet account.
No.
No.
Right. So right, it cannot be balance sheet account, right? Is that right, Harman?
So it can be.
It can or it can.
It cannot be. No.
Correct. So it can be, right? So it has to be a P&L account.
Yeah.
So we're going to create a balance sheet account now. Okay. So from here, I'm going to create a balance sheet account. First of all, tell me possible, just read the account group. Okay. What's a balance sheet account group? From which number range I could choose? Okay. I'm going to create a balance sheet account. Shaz, which account group I should choose?
Expenses for 40 EXPN.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back to the Excel spreadsheet. This might make more sense. Okay, tell me read from here. There are more columns here, right? So I'm going to create one balance sheet account. I'm not telling you which one. Let's do this exercise now. Which account group I should choose from here? Which account group I should choose from here when I go and create a GL account, right? Tell me.
The 14 number, row number 14.
Okay, great. This is an expenses, right?
Yeah.
We just talked about this. Administration cost is a cost. It cannot be a balance sheet account. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's a cost, right? A cost is not a balance sheet account, right? So like I said, when you buy a jewelry, is it an expense? Is it a cost?
It's an
It's an asset, right? Make sense?
Okay.
So, right. So for balance sheet, can somebody help, Armin?
So looking at the spreadsheet, like fixed assets,
Okay.
could
Cash
be
accounts, current assets.
cash accounts, current assets, yes.
Right.
Current liabilities, contingent liabilities, all of those.
Right. How about Najaf? From here, can you start? What is which balance sheet group? If I want to create a balance sheet account, hope you understand the question. Which group I should choose?
Fixed asset.
It's a okay, great. And then
Then
Liabilities.
land and
Liabilities.
okay, and then tell me you.
There's more liabilities than the share capital.
Where?
Share capital liabilities.
Where?
Down, we have share capital.
Share capital. Sorry. Okay, share capital. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. And then who else? Who else is on the call?
Office supplies and software.
That's an expense, right?
Okay.
We can use the secured loans, reserves, and surpluses.
That is correct. Secure loans is a balance sheet account, right?
Reserves and
Reserves and
surpluses.
surplus balance sheet account, correct? And then there's one more.
Provisional expenses.
No, that's it says expenses. There's one more.
Is it interest?
Increase or decrease of stocks.
Correct. Who said that?
Kamal.
Okay, that's why I didn't ask you. Okay, so increase and decrease of stocks, right? It's a balance sheet. Stock is a balance sheet, your inventory, right? So when it increases or decreases, it affects your balance sheet, right? Agree?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, we have now. And then raw material consumption, what about this? Kamal, can this be a balance sheet account?
No, that's an expense. That's
Exactly.
not
Consumption account, right? Right.
Yeah.
So we have this now. So let's say I want to create a cash account for now. Okay, so I'm going to create a cash account for now. So I will create I take this number 8000. Make sense? Okay. In this company code 333. Chart of accounts is 333, and then the GL account I'm going to create is 3000. Sorry, 80,000. So 80,000 may be already created, right? I'm sure it is. It's already created, right? So how do you know what's my next number? Can somebody tell me? How do I know what will be my next number?
You click on that box.
Okay. So this is how generally, people usually have a list, right? You have to have a list. So what I'm going to do, I just mask this. This is called wildcard search. In company code MN18, we don't have 800 at all. How come? Oh, okay, sorry. So let's search everything. I'm taking all this. How many entries are here?
119.
Correct. So if I want to sort this, I'm going to click here, sort, right? So there's only one is created, 80,000. So we can create we can create 80. What is the next account we can create? Sindhuja?
80,001.
80,001. But then if we want to add some other accounts in the future, so we can leave some numbers and we can
Correct.
start with other number.
Exactly. So this is how they will create. Okay. Now it says account does not exist in chart of account, right?
Yes.
So that's why I'm creating it. Press enter. Okay. I'll then click the create button. Now I have option, right? I can also create with template, which means I can copy the existing, the 80,000 GL accounts. I can copy it, right? And make changes,
Okay.
right? For example, see with template, it's already created. It's going to be the same bank account. I rather copy it. Make sense? Now this is a bank account, right? Cash accounts. This is a cash account. It's a balance sheet. So I choose balance sheet. Okay. Because the cash account, it's already created. I'm going to create check clearing account 1, check clearing account 2. Make sense? Now go to the next tab. Now this is what I want to show today. See, there are so many fields here. What is the use of them, right? So if you look at this, these are called tabs, right? Open tabs. And under which they get titles, account control, in company code. These are the fields available. Account management in company code. These are the fields available. Similarly, next tab, create bank interest. These are the fields available, right? There's so many fields here. Now I'm telling you, hey, this is a bank account. Okay. I don't want to see the valuation group. I don't want the tax category. Why? Typically for a balance sheet account, there's no tax, right? You don't charge tax. Correct. So I don't want this field. Correct. So I can suppress this field. So what do? I go back here, AT series, right? This guy, cash accounts, account control. I said there's something called valuation group or tax category. It says here tax category is optional, but for this balance sheet account, this is a cash account. You know, we don't charge tax on this. I'm going to suppress it. I don't want to see this because the customer gets confused, right? So I'm going to say tax category, just suppress them. Where? For all the cash accounts. Make sense? Similarly, I don't want to create, I'd want to suppress a reconciliation account, which is showing up here. I don't want them. Alternate account number, I don't want them. I think it will take the same. Here, alternate account number, I don't want them, right? Inflation key, tolerance group, I really don't want any of them. I hate them, right? And then exchange difference key. Well, I want it because it is it's a bank account, so I just leave it there. Exchange a different case, I put optional, and so on. So open item management, line item display. It is actually in the next one, account management in company code, right? So I'm going to go to the next tab. It says account management in company code. Account management in company code. These are the fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fields are here. 5 fields are here. Okay. So I'm saying that, you know what? Line item display is okay. Open item management is mandatory. Okay, I'm going to put open item management is required entry. It is required entry. Okay. And then for bank accounts, you have to choose open item management. Line item display, yes, that's okay. Accounting clerk, I don't want to see the accounting clerk or authorization group. Accounting clerk, suppress. Administrator, suppress. See this Germans, here they say accounting clerk, here they put administrator. All right, I'm going to save this now. Okay, now I didn't create yet. Okay, I could create this now. Data saved, 820 is created, right? Because I just copied from the other account. Now I want to create, next is 30. Okay, I don't want to copy. I'm going to create all brand new. Okay, create. I'll save this guy here. Let's exit the screen. So create a GL account. What's the next number, Sindhuja?
35.
I didn't create 30 yet, right?
Okay. Okay.
So click the create button. So what is account group here, Shaz? What's account group, Shaz?
Cash account.
Correct. And Temi, is it what balance sheet or P&L statement? P&L account.
Balance sheet.
Correct. And then I'm going to call this some name. Check clearing account 3. Check clearing account 3. Check clearing account 3. Great. So I'm going to go to the control data here. See, everything is hidden now, right? Because I hide them. My cash account, where's my cash account? 333. So why is showing 31 here?
Right now it's showing the 31st entry on the top.
Yeah, 31st row.
Yeah.
Okay, so on cash accounts, this is the one. If you go to account control, I suppress tax category reconciliation account. That is why it's not showing here, right? So what does it tell you now? How does it help? Okay, let's do this. What is this called? Can you read this?
It's status group.
Yes.
Status group.
Unnecessary fields have been excluded.
Exactly, right? If it's unnecessary, why SAP provides them?
It depends on what you're working on at that particular point in time.
Correct, right? This is out of the box SAP system. Okay, you can configure based on the client's requirement, correct? This is a configuration. So now, again, so that's the right answer. Okay, but however, it says field status group, right? So these are fields. These individuals are fields, okay? The status we can control with from here, whether there's a suppressed status, required entry status, optional entry status, or display status, okay? That's what it is. Make sense? So when you create a, okay, now it says fill in all the required entry fields. Why? Anybody?
Because we made like open item management a mandatory. Or like one of them is mandatory.
That is correct. Good job, man. Thank you. So in this guy here, open item management, we keep it record entry. See here under account management. That's why it's saying, hey, idiot, either you have to do something, pay attention to this. Okay, sir, I will enable this, then I will save. It will save, it won't save because it is asking for more information in the second and third and fourth tab. So I'm going back here. Let's say choose this. Open item management, not different line of display. Okay. So I'm going back here, line of display. Save this. What else? Yes. Save. I created this account. Okay. So what did you do? I created one balance sheet account. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, since I said we're going to create APAR, we're going to get into APAR. Excuse me. I wanted you guys to create some APAR accounts, okay, as well. Right? So far we created. So far we created what? Just expense account. You guys start posting, right? So now we're going to create balance sheet accounts and then APAR accounts. So APAR accounts is also a balance sheet account. Okay, this is what I want to do. So you will create 5 fixed asset accounts, 5 cash accounts, 5 loan or other liabilities account. Okay, and then 5 AP account, 5 AR account. Okay, so I'm going to create one and show you. So how do you distinguish, right? So we know that we can distinguish APAR, right? We can distinguish fixed assets. We can distinguish fixed assets and balance sheet by selecting this button. correct? This button, right? In general ledger. So there's something called sub ledger. Okay. This is called sub ledger. Okay. This is called general ledger. Okay. This is called general ledger. Make sense? Now, how do we create APAR accounts? Okay. So let's say when I say 5 AP accounts, okay. What is AP? Accounts payable, right? What is AP?
Account payable.
So what do you mean by accounts payable? Why we use accounts payable?
Making payment through that account, we make the payment for vendors.
Right.
Payments.
Okay, what goes into payable account? Anybody?
It's all the outgoing payments that we have to make.
Not quite right. Why do we call it a payable account?
It's like we receive the bill and it is yet to be paid.
Correct. It is payable, means it's outstanding, right?
Mm.
We did not make the payment yet. We will pay. It is payable, right? Similarly, accounts receivable. So when you bill a customer, the customer is supposed to pay when he would pay. Anybody know when he would pay?
Depends on the payment terms of the company.
Exactly. Based on the payment term on the due date. He pays you on the due date, and the due date is based on the payment terms, right? Then only it will become due. So this, for a group of customers, okay, you basically assign the GL account at the master data. For all these customers, this is my AP account. Sorry, AR account. For all these vendors, this is my AP account. Okay, so we will get there. So I want you to create cash accounts, loans and liability accounts. This is a balance sheet, as you know. You get 5 AP accounts, 5 AR accounts. How do you name them? You can say international payables, domestic payables, government payables, miscellaneous payables, intercompany payables, and so on. Similarly, intercompany receivables, and so on. Now, when you create a GL account, there's some difference. Okay, when you create a master data, how? Let's do this. So I'm going back to the second group here. I conveniently copied here. Okay. From here, tell me what account group I should choose for accounts payable.
Office supplies and software.
1 second.
It's the current liabilities.
Hello. Right. Sorry, my question was, what from here, what account group you will choose? We only have 5 minutes more, please.
Liabilities.
Correct. Liabilities could be, right? And then
Current liabilities.
current liabilities. That's a good answer. Current liabilities. Okay. And then
Current liabilities and provisions.
here also liabilities, right? And liabilities and provisions, somewhere I saw. Okay. Now let's switch to AR account. I want to create AR account, accounts receivable account. What group I will choose from here?
Current assets, loans, and advances. Rules.
Correct. I think current assets. Okay.
And
We'll stick with this. Now I want to create a AP account. Okay. What will be my number range? One of these, right? Okay. So I don't like this long numbers. I'll create this. Okay. You would know what's the next number available generally. Okay. Or how do you find out? How would we find out if what's the next number? Can somebody tell me? It's available, right? So what's the account group here?
it's a current liability.
No, just liabilities. Okay, there are two liabilities. This is small letter liabilities. LIAB. Small letter liabilities. This guy. Okay, great. And is it a balance sheet account or P&L account, Arman?
I think it's current liability.
Could be a balance sheet.
Yeah, right. This one.
Liabilities, yeah.
Yeah. It's a balance sheet. Great. So I'm going to create, this is a liability account, payable account I'm creating. I'm going to create, this is a payable AP1. I can create international vendors, international vendors, payable. Okay, great. Next to screen, control data. This is what very important. You look at this here. This is okay. You don't have to enter any of them. Recon account for account type. Recon account for account type. This is very important. Here, this is where you choose whether it's a vendor, customers, or assets. Make sense? This is how it's integrated with the subledger. Okay. So this is what AP account or AR account?
Say AP.
AP account. Then what should I choose here?
Vendor.
Exactly, right? When I do that, it becomes a subledger account. Okay, this is a very important concept. For AP, you choose vendors. For AR, you choose customers. Okay? And fixed assets, you choose fixed assets. Okay, that's what I told you to create here. These are all subledgers. Okay.
So, Jay, so by choosing that, it will turn into a subledger.
Correct. No, you are creating a subledger account, but you have to map this to your vendor master data. It's the next step.
Okay.
Then when we go into APAR, it will be helpful, right? Great. For vendor, for reconciliation account types, you really don't do open item management or line item display. Okay, system will not allow. We can try. Now go back here, create bank interest. So I'll tell you this later. Field status group. Do something is available. These are not frequently changeable. They don't change it. SAP has provided how many entries here?
44.
44.
44. They have provided list, a lot of this thing, so you don't have to use this. So just use reconciliation 067. And why I use 067? Why I use 067? 067. Because it's a reconciliation, right? Okay. So I choose this one because in theory, maybe I didn't tell you, the APA account is called reconciliation. Okay. So just save this. Like I said, for the reconciliation accounts, you don't do this operator management and display. That's showing an error. Okay, I'm saving this. Data is saved. This is one vendor account I created. When I said subledger accounts, these are also called reconciliation accounts. Okay. So similarly, next one I'm going to create as a pen. Oh, it's already created. 20. Okay, I do the same thing. Now I wanted to create a customer API AR account. What would be my number range? what what would be my number range for AR?
200, 100. The current assets.
This one or
No, I went. Yeah, that's the one.
okay, so we can create 200, 100, right? Okay, so I'm going to go back here. $200, 100. It's not there. I can create. Okay, help me out. What do you do here?
Current,
Current
assets, loans. And
Current asset, loans, and
Loans and advances.
This one? Are you sure?
Balance sheet.
balance sheet.
200, 100. Okay, great. 200, 100. It's the balance sheet account. Okay, and then here.
AR1.
Okay.
Receivable.
Receivable one.
I'm sorry.
From
Account receivable.
Just name. Okay. And here.
Control data. Recon account.
account type customers.
Correct. This is very important. And then can I do this?
No.
Yes. For recon accounts, you don't do this, right? You don't select this. Okay, great. And then what do you choose here?
G067.
Correct. That's all we need. So we created one data save. Now, so what I want you to do is, so I want you to create 5 cash accounts, 5 loan and liability accounts, AP, AR accounts, and fixed asset accounts. Okay. In this cash accounts, okay, when you do this, I want you suppress recon account type. Okay, I want you to suppress this field because we don't need this. But this is not a recon account. This is only for recon accounts, right? I want you to suppress these 2 fields, recon account for account type. Recon account type and alternate account number, tax category, line item display, open item management for the cash accounts. Okay. And for loan and liability accounts, authorization group and accounting clerk. Suppress got it?
Okay.
And similarly for this, suppress, excuse me. For AR account, suppress sort key. No, I think we need sort key. Recovery indicator. Okay, suppress recovery indicator, and I'll give one more. I don't know what's called MCA key. We don't need this. And fixed asset accounts, you will do the supplement order postings and the planning level on house bank. Suppress house bank, planning level. Okay, this two enough. Okay, so at the account group level, when you create, let's say you already created or you're going to create, okay, you will do this at the account group level. Okay. So this one, I want to remove this. We need this. Okay, this is your assignment. Any questions?
Okay.
Any questions?
No, Jay.
Tim, you okay? You good? Sundicha,
Yes,
Jeff?
I'm good.
You good? All right. So this is the use. This is why the account groups are very important. Okay. Once you create APAR, okay, we will move into what do you call this? APA and AR. Okay. Regardless, GL is not done yet. There is still a lot of videos that you can watch and practice yourself. Okay. Any questions? All right. I'll try to finish this. I'll check before noon. Okay. This is very simple.
Okay.
Jay, can you once show the path to suppress these things?
This is the path to success, right? Is that or suppress? Okay. So here, double click here. This is the path to success.
Okay.
Jay, what's the T code for going directly to account group?
I'm not a T code person, man. You can Google it. It won't show you.
Okay.
OBD4. We found out.
OBD4. Yeah.
See, who said that?
Come on.
Wow, I'm very impressed. All right, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Bye.